Another good week. I could tell our energy level and crispness continue to improve throughout the week. Not that Tuesday was bad, but yesterday was even better, and today was even better. Guys are excited to get back out there. Injury update: Breckenhager did practice today, so he has been cleared, obviously pending examination post-practice. How much he plays will be determined on how he feels and how well he's playing. Brandon Jones is still day-to-day going to make the trip. We'll evaluate him tomorrow as well as Saturday morning. And then Colin Johnson tweaked his knee a little bit yesterday in practice. We expect him to play, but he'll be evaluated tomorrow as well. Devontae's fine. Practiced all week. Questions?
The horse.
What?
What was it, the horse?
Every Thursday, it's been a tradition. We have a walk-on O-lineman, something we got from our time at Ohio State, where we celebrate the physical work week being done, and usually encompasses some kind of skit. And today, the horse was part of the skit.
Who was the lineman on the skit?
Austin Alsop is the guy. It's the same guy all year, and he usually rallies a few of his walk-on buddies together to take part in it.
How's the defense handled this week of practice after the last 2 weeks?
Great. I mean, you can't play good defense if you're not confident. They know what they're capable of. We've seen it. I mean, it's not theory. It's we've played really, really, really good defense this season with these players, and so they know that we've got to tighten up some details and tighten up some screws here and there. But I think whenever you don't play well, the best medicine is to go out and play well. So they were excited to get back to work to correct the things that needed to be corrected, but a lot of confidence on that side of the ball.
Did Colin bring back open up a couple reps for Brendan this week?
Yes and no. I think we've done a good job cross-training our guys, and so you want the best three out there at all times. So like in today's practice, it was LJ at X, Gerard Hurd at H, and still Devin at Z, and then knowing that Brennan could play both Z and X, the outside positions.
So you probably just kind of be game time, or just definitely expect him to play? Colin.
I expect him to play, but we'll make a decision at game time.
The Big 12 title race, you guys are still very much alive. Did you talk to them after the West Virginia loss about it? Nothing has just
go 1-0 against Texas Tech. The big picture will take care of itself.
You guys were in Stillwater. There were a few times where it looked like guys on the sideline were getting heckled by fans and kind of turned around and engaged the fans a little bit more. Going into another hostile environment, do you guys talk about that at all? Kind of ignoring all that, or did you have another conversation about it?
That's the first I've heard of it, so it must not have been too egregious. But no, we know not to do that. If we see something that's out of the ordinary, we'll certainly put a stop to it. But I don't see that being an issue.
Which outside of the X's and O's for a second, Jason Washington, who lost his father recently, how's he been holding up over the past couple of weeks?
It's been rough couple weeks. For his dad suddenly had a stroke, and then was in ICU for a while, and he was going back and forth from San Antonio, and and then obviously with his passing is very difficult. Jason, we all know, was very close to his dad, so when you lose a loved one, it's difficult, it hurts, but the defensive staff has done a really nice job of when he hasn't been present as much, of picking up the slack, and the players have really rallied around him as well. Appreciate you asking.
Do you expect to play those three freshman areas tomorrow, those two freshmen?
I don't know what a lot is. I think, similar to last week, You know, they put, I think, 10 snaps, 12 snaps, somewhere around there. You know, our main 3 or 4 D linemen, you know, we're not going to make it the whole season if, you know, we try to play 70, 80 snaps a game. So they did well when they were in, and I would expect them to be similar, to be in the rotation, but more as a breather type deal for the 3 or 4 guys that are getting 40 and 50 snaps in the game.
Time for 2 last ones. It's just brief reminders, since it's a late game, what will you guys be doing on Saturday as you're waiting for kickoff?
6:30 is, you know, normally it's been 7, but we'll sleep in. You know, we won't wake up until 8:45. We'll have breakfast, couple meetings, pretty decent walk through, 30, 45 minutes, something like that, and then we'll go back to our rooms, take a nap, put our feet up, relax a little bit, because you don't want to expend a lot of emotional energy before it's necessary. So night games are difficult in that sense because you're eager to play, but you've got to know how to relax leading up to it. So they're in their rooms for about hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we come back down, have another brief 30-minute meeting. We'll eat pregame meal, go back up, put our dress A, coat and tie on, and head to the stadium.
What have been your experiences with coaching or anything in Lubbock, and what do you tell your team about what they're walking into in the night game against Tech and the history with this rivalry?
I know we played there once when I was a GA here. In 2000 was that? I don't know if we won or I can't remember the outcome of the game. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't recall playing there. I think we did play there when I was at Iowa State as a coordinator. But I mean, there's no. I mean, road games are road games. That's why it's difficult. That's why teams are, you know, a good home atmosphere, you know, you say is probably worth about a touchdown to 10 points because it is difficult to win on the road. And it's more difficult to win on the road at a place like Texas Tech where their fans are very engaged, they're loud. The stadium, you know, suits that kind of environment. But, you know, these guys are, you know, we've been around the block. A lot of these guys have played in Lubbock before. So there's not a whole lot of discussion. Again, when you're so focused on our preparation and it being about us, you know, you don't want to make too much of this, that, and the other, because I think if you start focusing on things that you can't control, which we certainly can't control that environment, it's going to be what it is, which is great college football environment. We need to stick and make sure we control the things that we can control.